Altcoins under $1 tend to trigger a psychological reaction. That traditionally has been the case. It continues to be the case. They're cheap, so they have lots of growth potential. At least that's what a lot of people may think. That's potentially true, but not necessarily, of course. They can have lots of growth potential, but not because they're cheap. The growth potential is more a function of the price, the fundamentals. You have to look at the circulating supply and the market cap. You know that, but the fact is that these under $1 tokens are still popular, and some of them are worth it. So finding altcoins under $1 for a lot of us, including intelligent investors, can actually still lead to massive profits. But you have to look for the right characteristics and the right variables. Once again, we have done the legwork, we've done that, and we're presenting here 4 altcoins that are quietly, slowly but surely building momentum. Each one of them stand a chance to explode at any moment. And so this video is your roadmap to 4 altcoin selections that are in our portfolio that we feel are going to be great and pretty big successes in 2025 and beyond. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. I wish you well. But I am not a financial or investment advisor, nor is this video official financial or investment advice. All right, at number 1 here, we're kicking off with Stellar, ticker XLM, which is a project that is designed to offer fast and very low-cost cross-border payments. Its native XLM token helps with all this kind of stuff. It's kind of like what Ripple does with its XRP token. Stellar has also been around for a very long time, since all the way back in 2014. And ever since then, it's seen 22 different upgrades to its protocol. Stellar validators vote on these upgrades or protocols, and then once they accept the upgrade, it goes live on mainnet. So I mentioned 22 of these upgrades have already happened. There is a scheduled 23rd upgrade that is upcoming. It's called Protocol 23. And this is the first protocol that gets its own name. It's going to be called Whisk. So perhaps this one will be more notable, probably easier to remember at least. And this upgrade is characterized by 2 major improvements in particular. Number 1, Whisk is going to make development on Stellar more intuitive and more efficient. Number 2, it's going to increase transaction volumes with lower latency on the network, which means faster confirmations with fewer delays. Furthermore, Stellar's RWA ecosystem just continues to grow. There are partnerships, for example, with Paxos and Ondo, 2 major tokenization specialists, of course. And Stellar is targeting $3 billion in tokenized asset value on its chain by the end of this year, so later in 2025. They're very ambitious and very serious about this. Plus, I'm happy to report that institutions just seem to keep buying XLM. They have a healthy appetite for the token. Plus, there's partnerships with IBM, MoneyGram, and Franklin Templeton, all of which, of course, reinforce Stellar's goal. Part of that goal, of course, being cross-border payments and also, whether you like it or not, CBDC development. So that is central bank digital currencies. The current price of XLM as I record sits at about 38.5 cents. That is up, by the way, over 300% in the last year. Stellar's market cap right now is $12.2 billion. However, this is a weird one. After 11 years, like I said, it's a project that's been around since 2014. After that much time, there are only 31.8 billion XLM in circulation out of 50 billion. So just under 64%. That's a figure that could be a lot better. But that being said, and once XLM breaks out, it can very likely, probably easily reach $1, which is above its 7-year-old all-time high of 87 cents. So if and when it hits $1, you're looking at about a 3x from where we are now. Quick shout out to Surge, which is our risk-free prediction game on Telegram. You can kind of think of a cross between Hamster Combat and even Tinder. The idea is that you swipe in order to guess whether an asset, a cryptocurrency, an altcoin, is going to pump or dump. And you can swipe left or right. You can earn rewards in that process and hopefully pick up some market skills in the form of technical analysis while you're at it. We also have a new daily giveaway, a new contest, which is very simple. Every day there's a coin of the day. Today it is Shiba Inu. And all you have to do is swipe to find Shiba on the Surge app. Once you see it, screenshot it, and then drop that screenshot under their tweet. One random reply is going to win $10 in USDT. So it may as well be you because it's super easy. So check out Surge, have some fun in terms of swiping and you may as well try it out and snag some prizes potentially along the way. Check out the link in the description of this video for more information. Next up here, and at number 2, we're looking at Cronos and CRO, which is the native token for Crypto.com. Crypto.com, of course, is a top 10 centralized exchange, a CEX, and CRO actually ranks as the third token as measured by market cap among centralized exchanges. CRO, of course, has been around since about mid-2019. Far and away, the biggest news, at least recently for Cronos, was the partnership with Trump Media Group. That was actually a pretty surprising event. The Trump Media Group announced a $6.4 billion treasury play in Cronos. So no surprise, right after that, we saw the price of CRO just went soaring after that news was announced. It went from about 16 cents to 38 cents in only 2 days, so it more than doubled. The ticker here is going to be MCGA, or Make CRO Great Again. And that, by the way, makes the Trump Media Group the largest holder in the world of CRO tokens, with over 6.3 billion CRO specifically, which is worth around $1 billion. But by the way, there's also $5 billion in equity via a line of credit. The Trump Media Group also filed a blue chip ETF, which includes a 5% CRO allocation. Canary Capital, they also refiled a staked CRO ETF with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. However, there's going to be no clarity from the SEC until at least the 8th of October. So after that late August surge that we saw, the price of CRO has calmed down. Certainly, I think it's down 13 or so percent in the last 2 weeks, but it's still up 46% on the month. So after that late August surge, we went kind of trending back towards the 22.5 cent range right now as I record. However, CryptoFront on X has stated that when CRO breaks the 26-cent resistance, it has a chance to go all the way up to $1.54, which is about a 6x from where we are here. For context and for reference, the previous all-time high was just below $1 at about 96 cents. Altcoins are finally on the move once again after what's been a pretty tough 2025 so far. People are getting the feeling that altcoin season will finally start soon if it hasn't already, which it has according to some. And SEI is having a great 2025 so far, bucking the trend from most of the first half of the year while still growing right now. It has quickly become one of the leading altcoins in this market and is even up over 240% in the last 12 months. And that is for a few different reasons. First of all, SEI is killing it in all the big sectors it supports, including DeFi, where SEI already crossed $2 billion in TVL. SEI also has some of the fastest stablecoin growth of any chain, so that people are using it for real-world pragmatic transactions. Walrus is changing the game in decentralized data storage. Its token launch was a big hit, while Seal and Nautilus make things more secure and more private. And SEI Play 0x1 has been shipped now, and many people that have ordered it are already playing with it. SEI even has a small but growing meme coin market for the meme coin lovers out there. So if that's your jam, then you're covered as well. If you haven't yet used SEI or haven't done so lately, then come give it a try. And also follow SEI's X account for all the latest updates and announcements. Check out the link in the description of this video below. At number 3 here, we're looking at once again SEI Network, whose token is SEI. And here we have one of the heavy hitter financial altcoins, because on SEI, really everything relates back to finances. And certainly a lot has been happening with SEI as a project. If we go back, for example, to just January of 2024, so just over about a year and a half ago, SEI's TVL, total value locked, was only $5 million, but it has since grown 120-fold. Right now, as I record, at $567 million. Part of this success story happened for 2 reasons in particular, 2 major developments. First of all, SEI is now integrated with MetaMask, which gives a potential 100 million plus users direct exposure to SEI. And then there's also the massive Giga upgrade, which, as we're told, should enable 200,000 transactions per second, 200,000 TPS once it goes live. Since I mentioned Giga, let's take a closer look at what that's all about, because SEI's mission is to scale the EVM. Whiteboard Crypto here gives a very good explanation in this video of what Giga is. In a nutshell, Web2 apps, so let's say Google, they require 100,000 complex transactions per second, 100,000 TPS. Most of Web3 just cannot deliver it, but Giga with 200,000 TPS is a different story. This is about a 50-fold performance improvement, and it also means that Web2 can now integrate with Web3. In early August, SEI had over 1 million daily active addresses, but fast forward to just September, mid-September, which we're in now, and SEI has over 65, almost 66 million total wallets. SEI has also already onboarded over 200 projects on its mainnet, meaning there's plenty of action underway right now. The current price of SEI as I record is 31.7 cents. Let's call that just below 32 cents with an almost $2 billion market cap, $1.94 billion. This is a good entry in my opinion. There is plenty of room for growth here. All right, last but not least here, we're looking at Ethena and ENA, their ticker. We're kind of going to leave the realm of altcoins and enter the world of stablecoins for a second, because Ethena, of course, issues the USDE, and that is a synthetic dollar stablecoin on Ethereum. The story here has been very impressive because within a relatively short time frame, this project took the third spot as measured by market cap, directly behind Tether's USDT and Circle's USDC. That is no small feat and is very impressive. Right now, Ethena is preparing to activate the ENA fee switch. This is a proposal which dates back to November 2024. The risk committee approved this feature and proposal, and to make this easier to understand, it just basically allows holders to earn potential yields of over 5%. All of this is driven primarily by two factors. Number one, increased USDE stablecoin supply, and number two, integrations on top centralized derivatives venues. As a result, the Ethena team expects an increased demand for its token and higher staking incentives as well. Recently, Ethena Labs also brought SUSDE, or staked USDE, to Avalanche. And this is big because as a move, it offers scalable and low-cost DeFi earning opportunities. Plus, of course, it also expands Ethena Labs' cross-chain ecosystem, which itself is very notable. The current price of ENA as I record is just under 70 cents. It has slipped a little bit in the last couple of weeks. In fact, last week it was as high as about 85 cents. I feel like a breakout is in the cards right now. The all-time high, for context, is $1.52 from over a year ago, and we're sitting on a $4.8 billion market cap. This is a good entry point. Realistically, ENA, the way it's set up, with everything that it's doing, can very likely fly past that all-time high once the bull run continues and things line up a little bit.